Hey guys, welcome to a new edition of Art Live with John and Bogdan. Oh my god, it has been so long since last...
Yeah, we're not going to dwell on that. It's a new year. Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
I don't think we need to. Yeah, it's been a long time, but
It was a busy, long time.
Yeah,
It's so busy that we did film here and there, but we never been able to compress everything together.
Yeah.
There was no time for that. But as a new year,
We're back.
It's 2024. It's a new year resolution. We need to start these updates again.
absolutely.
So if you like what you see today, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to stay up to date when we put up a video.
Yes, and it'll be sooner than the last one.
So let's dig into this beginning of the year.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm John, and this is Bogdan. Join us on our journey as we figure out how to earn a living as artists, introduce you to those we meet, and share what we learn along the way.
Hey guys, hope you are well. 2024 is here and upon us, and hopefully it will be a year mix of not only challenges but also of beauty and some good times. The agenda for January is already packed and my head is spinning. The first week is all about our collectors. John and I invited art advisor Rosa Ana Orlando to meet and chat with our art collectors about art, collecting strategies, and caring for those masterpieces. Now the original plan was John and I going off to Romania in the middle of January to do some groundwork for our non-profit Aripa Arte. But since the application hasn't been yet processed and the papers didn't roll in, John postponed his trip to Bucharest until May. However, I will go to Romania by myself at this time and I will start interviewing some artists for the upcoming March Gala. Back to the present. I kicked off 2024 with a run at Sam Houston Park. Running's become a staple in my life, hitting 14-16 miles a week. I'm not exactly a fitness guru and my diet isn't all great either, but I'm trying the best I can. Sometimes I treat myself to a homemade apple pie, my absolute weakness. So here we are, diving into the new year. Wonder what John is up to. I know he was doing accounting last time I saw him.
So one of the big struggles I have every time at this time of the year is that I have to close out the year and get ready for a new one with all the paperwork. And, I should keep up on this every day. I don't. I kind of batch receipts and things like that, to probably the great disapproval of my accountants. But so that's all I'm doing. I cannot catch up. I've got stacks and stacks of papers to go through, and then hopefully use that information to kind of inform the decisions we're making and the plans we're making for next year. End of the year stuff is always difficult, but it should be exciting, and the exciting part hasn't hit yet, but it's just around the corner. So I'm going to get back to it.
Hey, keep creating here at the studio. I don't have a lot of big plans, but what happened with me is whenever I have leftovers materials, I put something together so I can minimize the waste. Art supplies, good art supplies are very expensive, and I can't just waste it. And floral paintings are not my thing. However, I do enjoy to paint them once in a while. So here I am. Of course, I would have filmed the entire process if I would have remembered to turn on the camera, but I didn't. And so I remembered toward the end to share with you what I've done here. So I can create like a field of poppy seeds, all in full flowers, and this is more abstract, kind of a water lily in a way. They are not done. Actually, the poppy seeds is done, and this one over here, it's still going somewhere. There's a lot of paint, and it's quite wet, and I can't really go further because it's gonna create a totally mess. The colors will combine themselves together, and from these bright and colorful colors is gonna turn out in a dark brown. So I have to stop. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope you like it. Hopefully the outcome would be even better. But here I am today, and it's early in the year. It's very cold outside, and I'm heading home right now. So yeah, I'll keep you on track with all these things. Okay, so we got busy again and barely filmed anything of this event, with the preparation for this event for Rosa Ana tonight. And then let me turn off the music because it's gonna interfere with this.
Hi guys, we're getting ready for a big event we've been looking forward to for a long time. We have Rosa Ana Orlando coming, and we've been getting all the catering settled, all the cleaning of the studio, and you've seen some of that already. But yeah, this is a quiet before the storm. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Rosa Ana worked with us here at Silver Street doing one of the exhibitions. She was our curator.
Collectors are people, and they collect whatever they feel like. I can say that I have known several art collectors, and there is usually some sort of attachment to the works.
Hey, I think our first event of the year, the How to Collect Art with Rosa Ana Orlando, went very well, don't you think?
I am still high from it. I think it was a kind of a weird thing for us to do in the sense that we've never done it before. And I got the sense that our collectors haven't really been presented with that kind of information before.
Right.
I mean, maybe independently, but as a group.
You know what I loved? I love that after she finished her presentation and she answered a few questions here and there. People were gathering together in corners and they were talking. I was like, oh my God, I have so much work to do, because Rosa Ana Orlando was very on point. If you are an art collector and you care about your art collection, you have to follow the steps. And
at the same time, realizing that everybody's different and that people in that room had very different approaches, and the whole kind of impetus for this was that survey we did back in November, and we realized that our collectors were very, very different.
And we had 20 chairs, 20 guests in the house, full house.
Yep.
And
that's all we could handle.
the guests were collectors of different kind, some with large collection of art, some just beginners, some with just a few pieces in the house, but curious to know what is this all about. A lot of them, I realized, they didn't even consider to be called art collectors.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they said, I only have 4 pieces of art. I don't think I would fall in this category. And then Rosa was able to say, once you have a few pieces of art, you are an art collector.
Exactly.
You're loving art. You bought these pieces because you were in love with them, or it's because you like a particular artist and you wanted to support him. But that made you, from now on, an art collector.
Yeah, I often think, if you drive a truck, that doesn't make you a truck driver. If you pull bread out of the oven, it doesn't make you a baker. But if you buy one piece of art, you're a collector.
If you guys out there watching us, remember, if you have a piece of art, an original piece of art in your house and you care about and you love it, you are an art collector.
Yeah.
So you should treat that seriously.
And
So
I thought, excuse me, but I think that one of the things that I found most fascinating about the evening is that a lot of people, I mean, myself included as an artist, we're not looking down the road. I mean, what makes sense right now when you have 4 pieces of art won't make sense when you have 100 pieces of art or 500 pieces of art. And so to be able to kind of look at the long view, I thought was really, really helpful for me as well.
it was a very, very helpful. And as I said before, everybody was having questions and just like, oh my God, I have work to do. I have nothing. I have no records about anything.
Right.
Because it's not that you have to have a file about your a certificate, for example, of authenticity. You need to have a bill, a receipt when you buy, because all these things will help you ensure the artwork.
Yeah. It's funny because I always ask people when they buy, do you need a receipt? And many people say no. And I'm like, I almost now want to say, yeah, let me give you one. You should probably keep this.
But we can't have
No, I can't go. Well, I could
stay
probably.
the whole evening right now, because we have it all in place. John and I wrote a book all about these steps and design for our collectors. So, and we address all these issues and many others. And if you guys are interested in reading it or having a physical book, do what?
We'll
send us an email.
Yeah, right now we'll have it available as a download, a PDF download for free for anybody who's interested. And it's from our point of view, from an artist's point of view. The thing we did with Rosa Ana was from a professional curator, art consultant point of view. This is from an artist's point of view. And so we're going to make it free for anybody who's interested. And what we'll get from you is your email, so beware. But so yeah,
we're not going to spam you. Don't worry about it.
But fair trade, I think. And then of course we're also printing some up because some people want a physical book, and we'll have those for sale.
And English is my second language. I want to have a paper book. I want to to have time to think about it as I read. I need to
put it by the bed,
absorb that. Yeah.
And I think it's a nice nice text. We pretty excited for having done it, and I think it's the next step in this whole conversation about, first of all, we surveyed our collection to see what their interests were and what they were doing. Then this meeting with Rosa Ana was to say, okay, let's put some boxes around that from a professional point of view, and then the next step is from our point of view, from the artist's viewpoint. So I think it's the next step.
I think it was a great event and a great topic, and unlike before, we organize sometime mini exhibitions or a get together in the studio, not a big purpose, but this year we want to try to be in touch with our collectors, not necessarily to show them our new art pieces or to sell anything, which would be great.
Yeah, we're still going to do that.
Yeah, but it's there's a lot of other things we can do for the community.
And one of the kind of secret hopes that I had for this whole activity this week has been to take these lovely people that we know as collectors and introduce them to one another. Mm-hmm. Because I know that when artists get together, there's a real synergy created and creativity created. And when artist collectors get together, I think that happens as well. So we wanted to start a conversation, maybe introduce people who hadn't met.
And he was great because at some point the whole guests were there, and they were a lot of them didn't know each other.
Right.
And I said, have you met such and such? He's an art collector and he's a collector of ours. And it was interesting conversation. Before we had a mix of people, he's an artist, have you met him before? And different vibe. But this time was, yes, they are all collectors. All these people in the room are collecting us and others. This is their job.
And when we were talking about creating the story of a piece of art and how I think it was very touching I was talking to one collector and I said, in the whole life of wherever this piece of art goes, you're a part of that story now. Mm-hmm. And one of the kind of funny things that happened was there's one collector we have who had come into my studio and inadvertently had made some sort of comment about one of my pieces. She thought I made a mistake or something. She said, "Oh, what happened?" And we started laughing about it, right? So I called it What Happened. Well, another of my collectors bought that piece. And so I was able to introduce the lady who named the piece to the person who bought the piece.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And so that all goes into the story of that one particular small painting. And if they record that in their own provenance, then that becomes kind of a story about the piece of art.
Anyway, I think it was a beautiful evening. We have a PDF with all these topics ready for you to go. If you are out there and didn't get this electronic book yet from us, and you're interested, please do email us or
right now,
leave a comment somehow.
It'll be available on the website once I figure that out.
So if you are at the event, we want to thank you, and we want to thank Rosa Ana Orlando for sharing so much knowledge with our collectors.
We were at an art fair recently and we saw somebody who was selling skateboards that had been decorated with decals. And we thought to ourselves, oh, well, isn't that's pretty, but not that earth-shattering. And he sold every single one of them. And we were like, okay, maybe we should be looking into this. So I went online and I bought some skateboards, the backs, and when they came in, they were tiny little skateboards, and they were actually recommended for 3 to 5 year olds. I can't imagine putting a 3-year-old on a set of wheels, but the point is we had these things and we said, okay, well, what are we going to do with them? We started to decorate them up. Bogdan did some 2 sets of 3 that were kind of triptychs, and were basically the same as we saw at the art fair, that were just kind of stickers, that his art, but done on an adhesive backed sticker. But I started to say, okay, I'm going to do some of my little illustrative heads that I've been doing. And so I started to sketch out, and again, have the best time when I do these little heads. They make my day. They are funny. They crack me up. There's no plan. I have nothing in my mind when I start. I just start drawing and see what face emerges. And so here I have Jason I'm working on. I am creating this. It's a multimedia, a mixed media kind of experiment. So the base is wood, and I've gessoed the wood, and then I sketch first, and then I start doing
line work just so I can see what I've sketched. And then I start to fill in with acrylic in the backgrounds and on the bigger pieces. And then most of the face is done with watercolor. And I try and get some shading in and things like that. And get some sort of personality to start coming through that face. And when it does, then I just follow that and see where it leads me. So it's real fun for me. And I think the piece has turned out really well. In fact, I just finished it completely yesterday, and then I sold it last night. So this one went out really quickly, but the whole process is a lot of fun. And I'm going to do a whole series of these because we have a big show coming up in Navasota, Texas, and I want to be able to take a set of these to that show. So it's a lot of fun. Stick around. You'll see a lot more of these.
On the road again. On the road again. I'm going to Romania at the middle next
week.
Oh my God!
Next
week.
weekend.
So we're gonna have to do a split vlog for the next 3 weeks between Romania and the States. John is going to be in charge of doing his part here and there.
Around.
Well, thank God with the new technology we are able to edit anywhere in the world and see files and share files. That won't be a problem.
It's a long trip, right?
It's a long trip because I need to finish some dental work I just started last year. And because I'm living there, I'm staying there for 3 weeks. I'm gonna take advantage of this time and try to connect with some other artists in Romania, run some short interview about who they are, their life, and what does it take to be an artist in Romania. And all these clips would be used for our gala of Aripa Arte, of non-profit Aripa Arte in March sometime.
March 1st. Mm-hmm.
And we hope to have some meaningful stories there and show our potential donors the faces of Romanian artists.
Because that is what makes all the difference, right? When you're trying to convince someone to give their hard-earned money, they need to know where it's going. And this will be a chance for us to kind of introduce some of these artists and give a face to what we're trying to do with the new nonprofit. Now, we still haven't gotten our 501c3 status. My gosh, we've been waiting a long time. It's been over 9 months now. But again, you know, it takes as long as it takes. And from according to the records at the IRS, they're still reviewing, and our time is coming up very soon. Hopefully, it'll be before March, but we'll have to see.
Now, if there's an expression in television, turn on the TV later in the show. We wanna restate that the mission of our non-profit Aripa Arte is to help Romanian artists thrive, or how would I say that, develop and
compete
with art businesses around the world. There's a lot of help that needs to be done. There are fabulous artists in Romania, completely without voice, and I think we can make a little difference and help this community of people with some support. Either it's programs, money for grants, exhibition in the States, and expose their art to different
markets. Yeah, right.
There's a lot to be done. Of course, baby steps. We are at the beginning, and hopefully we can help make a difference in the world.
Yeah, in fact, we have our board retreat for a New Year retreat coming up this next week. So we'll put a lot of more meat on those bones. But it's an exciting time. We're very, very ambitious in what we're trying to achieve. And there's no way to know where we'll go. I mean, we're starting in Romania, but there are artists all over the world that need support. There's no reason we couldn't expand in the future. So it's exciting times.
Well, hope you like everything you've seen today. We've been busy. I hope you guys out there, our collectors and our future collectors, are pleased with what you're doing. And
Yeah, thanks so much for all your support. And again, like and subscribe could help us a lot. And keep an eye out, because this new book we've put out will be available for download, for PDF download, as well as for sale in the shop. But yeah, keep an eye out for it. We'll have it ready probably by next time.
and maybe we should do a book signing event.
Hey, we probably
Hey.
should.
Something to think about.
Have a great
Bye,
week,
guys.
guys.